Morning peeps, how are we all doing? Good, I hope. Right, so beautiful weather and I'm out doing my bit for combat stress. So 5 miles today, make up the 10 miles for this week. If you haven't heard about it, combat stress is doing a thing called March in March. They're just asking people to do 10 miles in March to raise money for combat stress. There will be a link in the description of this video so you'll understand what combat stress is all about. But I've utilised them. I've directed fellow veterans to them for mental health. Yeah, great bunch, and they deserve all the support we can give them. But my aim this March is not only to do 10 miles, I'm going to do 10 miles per week. And as some of you will have seen on the video posted on Monday, I started on Monday with a 5 miler. I'm out again today, but I've got beautiful weather today. Absolutely fantastic. So I haven't got to wear my woolly jacket for a change, which is good. Yeah, I hate wearing that thing unless I really need to. So all I'm asking, guys, is if you can afford it, maybe the price of a cup of coffee from Costa, which I think is about £4. Yeah. If you can, please donate to the link that will be in the description on this video to raise money for combat stress. And it'll explain in there what the money's being used for. But yeah, so it's a beautiful day. Just done my lollipop duty this morning. Had a real laugh because if you didn't know, it's World Book Day today. So all the kids have come dressed in their regalia for World Book Day. There's been some absolutely amazing costumes this morning. Really made me smile. And on another note, if you didn't know, yeah, my mate Keith, Let's Tab 59, is doing a challenge of his own. Yeah, 28 miles in a week. And he's doing well, which I wouldn't have expected anything less from Keith. He's getting the mileage in, pounding away, doing videos on various things. Yeah, so again, if you do follow Let's Tab 59, or you haven't followed Let's Tab 59, jump across, yeah, and have a gain as it is YouTube site. Great lad, really get on well with Keith. Fantastic person, him and Trace around his wife. But if you can donate a couple of quid to him as well, it'd be greatly appreciated. That's for the Not Forgotten Association, sorry. Another worthy cause. Yeah, I believe Keith's somewhere up around about £6,000 so far, which is astronomical. I'm hoping to get about 250 quid for mine, or maybe a bit more if people can donate. But we'll see what happens, shall we? Anyway, Keith was on about yesterday about the Korean veterans, Korean War veterans. Now, as I put in a comment on Keith's page, yeah, we've got a couple of Korean veterans here in the village. And whenever I meet up with them, always go and shake their hand because they have been forgotten. It's one of those forgotten wars that I always go on about. But he also brought up a bloke called Bill Speakman. Now, Bill got awarded the Victoria Cross during the Korean War. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Yeah, he got awarded the Victoria Cross during the Korean War. Amazing man. First I ever heard about Bill was when I was attached to the 1st Battalion, the Black Watch. Because Bill was a Black Watch person. But that was the first time I got to hear about him. And then later on in life, I actually got to meet up with him, sit with him, have a chat when he was a Chelsea pensioner down at the hospital. Amazing bloke. And it's like Keith says, if you ever meet any of these Korean veterans, sit and have a chat with them for a while. Yeah, and you'll be amazed at some of the stories that they'll be able to tell you. Like I say, we got 2 in the village here. One of them not only did do career, he did Aden, another forgotten war, never spoken about. Yeah, Radfang, Dhofar, all of these, they're all wars that have happened, which the British forces have been involved in, and nothing's ever mentioned about them. Especially on big anniversaries, like we've just had the anniversary of the 35th anniversary of the end of the Ground War for Gulf War, which in the British terms was known as Op Granby, and in the American terms was known as Desert Shield when we were all in Saudi Arabia protecting Saudi. And then when we went to the Ground War, it became Desert Storm. Hello, I'm friendly, guys. That's all right. It's all right, guys. I'm being attacked by dogs. But yeah, all these forgotten wars, and I'm going to promote a little charity that's up in Scotland, which I became involved with a few years ago, called ASA Scotland. Yeah, I'll put a link into their website on the description as well, because they do some tremendous work going around schools and educating children about various conflicts that the British forces have been involved in. But like I say, we had the 35th anniversary of the Gulf War. And ironically, Mr. Tango, old Donald Trump, whether it was coincidence or what, I don't know, but decided to launch an attack on Iran on the 28th of Feb, which was the day that the first Gulf War stopped, yeah, when we liberated Kuwait. Now, whether it was coincidence or not, I can't back that one up, but it seems a bit funny to me, doesn't it, you? But what he's done now is he's thrown the world into chaos, absolute chaos. Now, one of the things, and this is my personal opinion, so don't take it as gospel, to involve the Israelis in this this war, in my eyes, is a big mistake. So if you knew anything about the Gulf War, the Israelis wanted to get involved when we were trying to kick Saddam out of Kuwait, because Saddam was launching Scuds at Israel. Now, we had a coalition of Arab forces with us that were trying to liberate Kuwait. And the reason that the SAS went scud busting in the desert was if the attacks carried on, Israel were going to start launching their own attacks. And we knew, or everyone knew, that if Israel got involved, that was it. The coalition would have broken up. The Arab nations would have gone against us and would have been well and truly buggered. And when I look at what's going on at the moment, the only saving grace is Iran decided to start attacking other Arab nations. And that's the only saving grace, because those Arab nations, if it had been just Israel and US bombing Iran, I'm pretty sure things would have changed the other way, even though the Iranian regime did need to be sort of taken and put in their place. But to involve Israel in this, yeah, in my eyes, and like I say, that's my personal opinion, yeah, I think it's a big mistake. Yesterday we had an American submarine that sank a Iranian ship at near India. Yeah, it was off the coast of Sri Lanka. And again, it's a case of the world is looking at this and saying, what the hell's going on? But there you go, that's the way that Mr. Trump works, I believe. For him to turn around and suddenly start slating the UK in not getting involved Yeah, just shows what he actually thinks. I mean, it was only, what, a month ago, he was saying that none of the European forces, and that, when you say European, that includes the UK, were not on the front line. So everyone's going on about, is the special relationship destroyed? Well, it was destroyed ages ago. Yeah, the minute Mr. Trump got involved, because if you don't go along with what he wants, yeah, then you're on the outside, and he'll call you all sorts of pig in a poke and everything. But again, that's my personal view. Yeah, I've got no time for the man. I actually met him up at Turnberry when I was working at the Women's Open up at Turnberry, and he turned up and just stood there talking with him. I realised what my words, prat, the man really is. So to all of my American friends out there, I'm sorry, but that's my opinion. And the sooner you get rid of him, I honestly believe is the better. But there you go. So anyway, I'm going to tab on down to the reservoir. Like I say, it's going to be doing, good morning, going to be doing 5 miles today to clock up to 10 miles for this week. Like I say, I'm going to be doing 10 miles each week through March, so I should clock up around about 40 miles. I'm hoping that this fine weather is going to start drying up the areas around here, because it's quite wet underfoot here. I can't really go out tabbing the normal routes I do for my long tabs. But let's see what happens, shall we? Anyway, if you're new to my channel, yeah, please consider subscribing. Not telling you what to do. We don't do that on this channel, do we? No, we don't. Yeah, but if you are considering subscribing, and I've had a couple of new subscribers this week, which was great. I'll do a video later on and introduce them. But if you are considering, yeah, just drop me a little note. Let me know who you are and where you're from. And it's great because I like to reply back to people. I don't leave you hanging. So to all of you out there, please take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And as me and Keith always say, let's tab.